Hey everyone, I hope you're all doing well. So I'm here with the first update for my Project 10 pan. I'm currently doing two Project 10 pans. I have one that I started at the beginning of the year and then one I just started a few weeks ago. So this is my first update for my second Project 10 pan. So hopefully it's not too confusing. But with this project, I'm really excited. I feel like I've been able to make some really good progress on the products that I'm using. For this update, I do have one item that I finished, which I'm really happy about. So the item that I finished was the Silky Fit Concealer BB. It's just a deluxe size of a BB cream. Now I didn't have much of this left, but since my first, or my intro video for this, I have cut into the product, got all the product out of here. So this one is now officially finished off. So super happy to have something finished for this update. And now I'll show you the progress on everything I'm still working on. So the first thing that I'm still working on is the Hourglass Veil Mineral Primer. So with this one, I think I can definitely have it finished by my next update. So this is where I started and this is where I am now. So I just have a little product at the bottom. I'm still able to pump out product. It has just like a pump. So that's how you get the product out. So if I'm unable to pump out any more product, I will like open the bottle, use like a brush or something to try to get, you know, the product off the sides and like get as much product out of here as possible. But definitely I think I can have this finished by my next update. So super happy with that. The next item is my concealer. It's the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer. Now this I've been using every day. You can see there's sort of like the windows, or like you can kind of see through the packaging, so it's like a sign that I'm getting really close to having this finished off. I still haven't taken the stopper out of this. Once I'm not able to get any more product or a good application on the applicator, I will take the stopper out. Once I take the stopper out, I will have probably a few more months worth of product. It's kind of amazing how much more use you can get out of something like once you take the stopper out. So if you don't do that, I definitely recommend it, because like this type of stuff, these concealers, it's like $30. It's like pretty expensive. So like I want to get as much product as possible out of it. So once that happens, it's like a good sign that I'm used up a lot of the item, but then it's still a few more months worth of use at the point of taking out the stopper. But making good progress on this. We'll see how long it takes me before I take the stopper out, but that's where I am with this one. The next thing is my powder. This is the Mercier Translucent Setting Powder, and this I'm making faster progress than I thought I would originally. So I was looking back at my intro video and I think I was about halfway finished with it, and I thought it would take me maybe a few months to use up. Now I think I probably can have it finished up maybe by the next update, maybe in 2 updates time. But last time I pretty much was like at halfway point with this, and now I'm down to here. So I've made really good progress, and I feel like in the next 3 or 4 weeks, I can probably have this finished. So this is something I use every day. I really like the application of it. I think it's really pretty, and it's kind of turned me on to loose powders. I always kind of thought they were a little bit messy. I preferred pressed powders, but I think it's worth it for like the pretty application, and they make it really beautifully. So we'll see if I can have that finished off by the next update, or fairly soon. I think it can be finished. Something I definitely think will be finished off by the next update is the next item, which is the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. So when I started the project, I was here, and I'm down to here now. So this can definitely be finished off. It shouldn't be a problem at all. I really like this. I mainly use this not as a primer, but as a setting spray, and I think that it just is really pretty. So that hopefully I can have finished off, as I said, by my next update. The next item is the Nars Smudge Proof Eyeshadow Base. This is similar to the concealer. I mean, they're both from Nars, but similar packaging with the dough fill applicator and with a stopper. So at this point, I haven't taken the stopper out yet, but I'm getting really close to having to, because when I use this, I'm not getting a ton of product on the applicator. When you're at that point, that's kind of when you know you will need to take the stopper out. But again, with this item, once I take out the stopper, it's probably going to be a few more months worth of product. But I've been using this every single day and making good progress on it. Next I have my like eyeshadow products. The first one is from the Balm. It's technically a highlighter. It's the Merry Luminizer, and I actually have been using this both as a highlighter and an eyeshadow. So this is where I am currently. So last time I had product kind of all the way around, and if you can see at the very top of this, there's like no product. And I have been using this. I do like to, if I wear it as an eyeshadow, I do like to layer this with another eyeshadow I'm trying to use up for my Naked 2 palette, the Foxy shade, which is the creamy like yellow shade. I like to put that as a matte. I like to layer that on first and then put this on top of it. So I did that for a few days. I was trying to alternate between all the different eyeshadow products. And then also I've used this occasionally as a highlighter. So I'm trying to get some good use out of this. For some eyeshadows, like you can really see the progress, and other ones you can't as much, but I think I've made a little, you can sort of see my progress on this one with it like wearing away at the top. But this one, I guess I don't have a ton of progress with, but I will show you my Naked palette now. I have 3 eyeshadows in here that I am focusing on. 2 of them I can show you like massive progress, and then one of them not so much. So I have the shade Foxy, this matte yellow. That's the one I was layering with the Balm Merry Luminizer. I also wore this one on its own. This one I don't have much progress to show though. I think because it's a matte, it's very tightly packed, and it's just really hard for like the pan to grow. Like even if I'm using this every day, I'm not seeing like a ton of progress with it. But I think it's just how the shadow is. So that one I hope to continue to be able to show progress on. I'm getting really close on the sides here. I don't know how well you can see, but I'm getting really close to wearing away completely on the side. So I think when that happens, it will be a better like show of progress. So hopefully by next time that can happen. The next shade I'm trying to use up is Suspect. Now I've made a ton of progress with this. This is probably the shade that I have worn the most. It's one I like to wear to work. I can wear every day. So before I had a lot of product, or a good amount of product on the bottom and then some on the side, but that is all completely gone, and I just have the teeniest little bit in the corner. It's probably like an application or 2 left. So definitely by next time I should have this shade finished. I was kind of like, versus trying to just finish up this shade, I was trying to alternate between the shades, kind of make progress on all of them versus just focusing on one at a time. But this one will definitely be finished off by next time. And then I've also made some really good progress on this final shade, which is Decay. So before I just had a little bit of pan at the top of the shade, and now it's pretty much like half of the shade is used up. Now, the product that I did have was very thin, and it kind of like I hit more pan and it like really easily like expanded. So now I just have like this second half of the pan. But this shade I've been using quite a bit as well. It's such a really pretty sort of metallic shade. So this has been my main like sort of weakened shade if I want to do something a little bit more dramatic. And then the other shades are more stuff that I'm wearing to work. Suspect, and then Foxy, which I wear alone or paired with a Merry Luminizer. So that's my progress on the shades. As I said, I hopefully can show some more progress on Foxy next time. Also Merry Luminizer, I hope to have more progress shown on that. I want to continue to work on Decay, you know, continually make progress on this, kind of wear the shade down like lower and lower to this bottom part, and then I want Suspect to be completely finished. So that is where I am with the shadows. The next item that I'm working on is the Makeup Forever Brow Gel. So this one I use every single day. Like some of these products I have to sort of alternate between, I can't use them all together. And then other things like the brow gel, the concealer, the powder are stuff that I just have incorporated into my everyday makeup routine. So this, if I try to squeeze out the air, I really am about to here with product. So this one shouldn't take me that much longer to finish off. I'm not really sure how much longer this will take me. Probably a month or 2 worth of product left in here, so we'll see with this one, but I am happy to report that I have been using this every day. And then finally I have my lip products. So in my other Project 10 pan, I had a few lip products. I had the Benefit Sugar Bomb Lip Gloss, which I just finished up. My last update, I'd finished up that item. So kind of the first 2 weeks of this project, I was really focusing on using up the lip gloss from the other project. And in that other project, I also have my Bite lipstick that I'm trying to finish off. So I was really focused on those lip products, and the lip products in this project I hadn't been using as much. But since I've used up that Benefit lip gloss, I've started to use this one more. This is the Sephora Oil Infusion in the color Bubbly Grenadine. And this isn't really a lip gloss, it's a little bit of thinner formula. It's actually kind of nice because sometimes lip glosses can be really thick and gloopy, so I really like this. It adds a little bit of color, a little bit of shine, and some hydration. So I've really only been using this in the past week. So you can see this is where I started and this is where I am now. So that's only about a week's worth of use. So I'm really happy with the progress I was able to make. And I think if I was focusing on this for like a full 3 weeks, like in between updates, I would be able to make, you know, a lot of progress on this product. So I'm really happy with the progress I have been able to make, especially considering I haven't been focusing on it the whole time. But this I'm really happy with. And then my final item is my other lip product. It's the Buxom Full On Lip Cream in the shade Berry Blast. So with this item, I haven't actually used it in the past 3 weeks. As I said, I was focusing on those other lip products. I'm focusing on this product. So this is the only thing that I really haven't used in this project. But once I finish up, I think the Bite lipstick from my other project, I'll focus on this one a little bit more heavily, but this is where I currently am, and that was my starting point as well. So that is everything for this update. I'm really excited with my progress so far. I think for the next update, I think I'll definitely have 3 things finished. The Hourglass primer, that should be not a problem to finish off. The Smashbox photo finish primer water, and then the eyeshadow in Suspect. I mean, really, that's like an application or 2. So I think I'll have all those finished off by my next update, which is super exciting. I'm really happy to like be making some good progress on all of these products. And we'll see with the Buxom lip gloss. Hopefully maybe I can use this a few days, make a little bit of progress on it. But besides that, I'm really happy with all the progress that I've made so far on this project. So anyway, I will talk to you guys soon. I hope you enjoyed the video, and yeah, bye.